I've been saying for a while that Lucid is a fraud, or that I think Lucid is a fraud. And one of those little bits of the fraud just leaked out. I don't think they saw this coming. They should have seen this coming. Lucid has been claiming that the battery pack on their Dream Edition is 118 kilowatt hours when the EPA documents show, previous video check here, the EPA documents show they're actually doing 924 volts, 150 amp hours, and that works out to 138.6 kilowatt hours. The claim that they're only using a 118 kilowatt hour pack is used to justify their claim that they're the most efficient vehicle. Going 520 miles on 118 kilowatt hours would make it the most efficient vehicle. But they're lying. And we know they're lying. We know they're lying from the EPA document. And now we have new evidence. Tom Maloney just did a video. He charged a Lucid Air Dream Edition 134 kilowatt hours added in a charging session. How do you add 134 kilowatt hours to a 118 kilowatt hour pack? It's a stretch. Let's go through it. Are you ready? Let's go.
I'm here today in Newark, California at Lucid Motors headquarters, about to take that beautiful Lucid Air Dream Edition behind me over to an Electrify America DC fast charger and record the first 0 to 100% DC fast charging session on a Lucid Air.
Okay, remember that. He said DC fast charging, DC fast charging, DC fast charging. This is going to come up, but let's keep going. So here's Tom's charging session. I added this a little bit, but we can see it actually went from 0% state of charge. On my Twitter, I got it wrong, and I thought it started at 10%. But he charges this up, and he took breaks in the middle. I edited out the breaks so we get this straight run, and he sped this up. It doesn't charge this fast. You can see how long it's taking to charge at the bottom. But what you get to at a certain point is you get to, well, we'll see where we get to at the end, but you can see we're going to be about 50% in a second, and we're at 50%. We're going to be at 67 kilowatt hours, and he talks about this. 67 kilowatt hours at 50% would mean at 100% you're 134 kilowatt hours, which is where we end up. And the reason I'm making this video is because Lucid claimed they have 118 kilowatt hour pack. Tom makes an excuse for it. The excuse doesn't work, but let's just watch it continue to charge. Now what you'll see is it slows down, and this is normal. It'll slow down as it gets close to 100%. It's surprising how fast it charged from zero. My understanding is when you're at zero, you want to charge slow for a little while. And my understanding of how battery chemistry works is that when the bookshelf is empty, when the battery is empty, you want to charge slow at first till you get to a certain point, and then you can speed up. The other thing is this is a 350 kilowatt charger, and it never got much over 300 kilowatts. Not a big deal. And it was over 250 kilowatts for a while during its charging. But you can see here, still going, getting up to 80% now. It's going to take a while to get the rest of the way there. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit. So at this point, we're getting closer, we're getting closer, we're getting closer. There's still a bit to go, but you can see we're already well over 118 kilowatt hours. Remember, Lucid has been banging and banging and banging. We have a 118 kilowatt hour pack. We have a 118 kilowatt hour pack. We have a 118 kilowatt hour pack. That's why we're so efficient, because we have a 118 kilowatt hour pack. We get 520 miles. It's great. And that makes it, it makes it one of the most efficient, or the most efficient electric vehicle out there. But 132 kilowatt hours at 98%. It's going to end up at 134 kilowatt hours at 100%. And Tom's going to get into this explanation for why it took so much charge, which we'll get to in a second. You can see it there, 134 kilowatt hours, 99%. It's going to stop in a second. It's going to show a screen, and Tom's going to talk, and I'm going to let him talk.
Have to. The station finally shuts off in an hour and 22 minutes, and we've added 134 kilowatt hour. That's slightly more than I was expecting. I was figuring we were going to finish up with 130 kilowatt hour dispensed, because that'd be 10% charging losses on top of the Air's 118 kilowatt hour battery pack. So it could be a couple of things. Lucid might have an extra kilowatt hour or two in there that they're not telling us about, or the fact that we were charging at such a high rate, over 300 kilowatt, and the high 200 kilowatts for a long time, meant that we had more charging losses than what I experienced with most of the other electric vehicles that I charge.
Okay, so Tom is making an excuse for Lucid to explain away this problem that they charged 134 kilowatt hours on a 118 kilowatt hour pack. And he's claiming that the charging is inefficient. But here's the problem. Car and Driver did an article about this, and they found that DC fast charging cuts out the AC to DC conversion losses and is much more efficient still. According to data from our Model 3, it's averaging 99% efficiency at our most frequented local supercharger, which operates at 400 volts. Lucid is claiming, and they said at other fast chargers, we've seen efficiency figures above 90%. So Tom is giving them like an 86.5% efficiency rating on what should be a 99% efficient charging setup. And he does admit, well, maybe they've got an extra kilowatt hour of pack in there. Yeah, maybe they got an extra 20 kilowatt hours of battery in there. Lucid keeps claiming they're more efficient. They've claimed, and he said DC fast charging, the claim is that DC fast charging is more efficient. The claim is operating at a higher voltage. Lucid operates at over 900 volts. The claim is operating at higher voltage is more efficient. All of those claims, you can't make the claims that we're more efficient. You don't get to claim you're more efficient and then make excuses based on inefficiency. If you're more efficient, you're more efficient, you're more efficient, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, well, we used an extra 13.5% because of our inefficiency. No. The DC fast charging is supposed to be hyper efficient. 99% is very clear that Lucid is using a 138.6 kilowatt hour pack. That's what the EPA document shows. The fact that they charged only 134 kilowatt hours because they had a little bit of buffer at the bottom and they keep a little bit of buffer at the top, that's smart battery management. Any sensible battery management system is going to leave a little bit of a buffer. So here you have it. Lucid Motors Air Dream Edition clearly has a larger than 118 kilowatt hour pack, clearly absorbed in the ballpark of 134 kilowatt hours in a charging session, and clearly has what the EPA shows. It has a 138.6 kilowatt hour pack, and they're claiming to use the latest battery technology from LG Chem's high nickel batteries, 2170 cells, 6600 cells, 300 watt hours per kilogram, 70 grams per cell. It works out to 138.6 kilowatt hours. Lucid lies. Lucid is a fraud. This is my opinion. I'm telling you why I have this opinion. It's possible I'm wrong, but the evidence now to me is overwhelming that they're lying about their battery pack. That's why their hyper-efficient vehicle with a high power to weight ratio weighs 650 pounds more than the Tesla Model S long range. You can't claim you're like really efficient on weight and then weigh 650 pounds more than the car you're comparing yourself to. Doesn't work. It doesn't work. Lucid, gotcha. If you like this video, please check out some of my other Lucid videos. Please support this channel on Patreon. Thanks to the Vasa Law Firm in Sweden, all my Patreon supporters for helping this channel grow. Check out the t-shirts at elonbits.com. Tesla and SpaceX innovate with extreme urgency. Lucid, they're not working on Sunday. Thank you so much for watching.